Dr. Mukul sangma Emily na po sonsak ubade atar unong ilam jong seng TMC hangni hapo ka jylla upan pao palada penchong nong rim haye ka ka baladep na election kasur jong Jingkylla kalong ka bala pao sai bha na Paidbah habakran hikla pathai Khubor mentag si pale jong katayo Dr. Mukul bala kham ngam jeli bha kindat ya results ka bala mi pao pat kalong ba kata kasur jong Jingkylla kaya phe na kuwe ka dong bat na ka thain hangni hapo ka jylla kepada kela kepelong biang sasi sin banyo ya karai kepala parian ne structured mandate na keliang jong Paidbah. Dr. Mukul ulaong ba harilom khasi ki Paidbah kilapan pau sai kedar padai kini kasur kebala krenchai ya ka kebakum ki Paidbah kita terang sisa banyo ya ke Jingkylla. Penban lada pai pat harilom Jaintia hang ni pat kami dakoi pat kasur jong Paidbah. Pat lada pai pat ki benta lam sngi kasur jong Jingkylla ka wan lem bagan mi pau tang ba hapreng kata jingtrang mi pau pat ki babun ki seng sain perthai hapreng jong jingakun pat hangni ka ka belaja ka long ba shim lala ban betin lenti lang ya baro ha ka jo ka thong ban pun ko ngo pat ki Paidbah bakin vote be tang ya ko be ka party Hagajing siya Dr. Mukul uyaiban bahagani ka kinti ka bamanta usyam baju ya ka jingsang jong Paidbah bagan don ka Jingkylla. Henry ka jingbi bon palat ki party ka pun pharya penban ya ka ni ka vote jong Paidbah tat hadu banayo yang ya ka rai ka ba ya pat bam tali jong Paidbah ha election ka beladam.
Today, the manner in which the whole electoral battle has been fought and the resultant outcome of the electoral battle, meaning the mandate. The mandate is definitely fractured. But if you look at the overall mandate and you do certain amount of analysis, you will easily see that in particularly Khasi Hills region, the people have spoken loud and clear, and these whole mandate is reflective of what people want, And as you see towards the eastern part, the Jaintia Hills region, you see different dynamics of politics which are played, and the resultant outcome or the mandate. Then in the western part, you just see in the western part, the political dynamics again were a little different. The overall enthusiasm and excitement of the people, reflecting their thirst and hunger for the change, was palpable, visible, and that was there. It was there till the end. But what has happened is that there were too many players competing for the same space, and we could not aggregate these voters into one particular block, meaning to funnel the whole votes towards one political party. That was the main reason. Otherwise, you have seen the thirst and hunger for change. But as I repeat, you have seen that the space which was there was competed by many political parties. BJP also came in the last moment. They have also talked against the then dispensation, the government itself, in spite of being a part and parcel of the government. Why? Because they knew, there is a space available. The space of the whole bloc, which is constituted by the electorates who are having that thirst and hunger for change. But in the process, what has happened? This particular block of electorates who wanted a change got splitted. So that's the resultant outcome that is seen in the mandate. Therefore, whether the people are voting for money or a leader, if you put money decide and the leader decide, which one will they choose? That is what the whole discussion and debate has to be all about. If you want to see the state vibrant, progressive, prosperous, commensurating to its potentialities and potentialities from resources perspective, both at human resources and the natural resources. That's why it is very important for all of us, for political parties, to expect people's mandate through the kind of work which is in sync with people's expectations and aspirations, not by inducement or by engaging in various other unfair means of getting votes. I will tell you one thing. One of my opponents, rather my opponent in one of my constituencies was speaking, saying that, look, all the mothers have collected 100 rupees for Dr. Mukul to support him in the election, and how he has failed to deliver, you know. But what I'm trying to refer to by referring to this particular rhetoric is that it was the mothers who came together, collected 100 rupees for me to see that, okay, they get themselves involved in electing a leader. So that's how it has happened. In Ampati, the mothers used to collect 10 rupees in the initial election. Subsequently, they collected 20 rupees. Subsequently, 50 rupees. That is how the whole electoral battle has been fought by you over the years. But today, you see, you rather give money to get elected. What is this happening to this state? Therefore, I'm saying that we should be cautious about what type of legacy we want to leave behind for our generations. What type of legacy? Do you want to leave behind a legacy in a democracy where the whole outcome of an electoral battle will be determined by money power, or will be determined by the kind of team that is presented before the people, who can win the trust and confidence of the people based on their various other I can say the various other qualities that identifies him with the people. Today, it's unfortunate that that is not happening. But at the same time, it's happening somewhere else. It's happening in Khasi Hills. It has not happened in Jaintia Hills. It has not happened in Rivoy, in some parts of the Rivoy, and it has not happened in Kaba. But it is happening here.
U Dr. Mukul sangma umla kalam na phai khmat chaka seng BJP. Kaba marsen dep mi paulut ke results kalalet IT mador ya kshiti basaji sin kinchim ya kasinjam ban kershan biang ya ka sorkar ka batmai ha ka jylla banyala meka de NPP. U Dr. Mukul usngau ban penpau hang ni ba sans ne munchwai klay trailang but haswa jong election kalmi bha ka jingkno na ka BJP ya ka jing bamsap kabelang kawai nekimat kabakum ka party na do Delhi ka Ukraine bat jala persya bha yaka.
It's a matter of conscience. Now maybe they are insensitive to the overall perception of the people, but I'm personally very sensitive to the perception of the people. How would you like to be known? How would you like to be remembered? Now if they say that, okay, there is a need to have a regime change because of reasons which they indicate. The reason being the issue of corruption. Issue of corruption. Now, issue of corruption, if they have been so rhetoric on issues of corruption, and suddenly they realizes that, okay, they didn't have the number, so they compromise and surrender as well. It is not something which is expected by the people, nor even by political parties like us. Because with every political party lies there is a huge responsibility towards the larger good of the people and interests of the state. Now, doesn't BJP subscribe to the idea of walking the talk? Okay. And at the same time, doesn't they realize the huge amount of responsibility that they have being the political party who is governing this great nation? And also, BJP must be reminded of the fact that none other than the Honorable Prime Minister himself have promised to the people of this great nation, to all the citizens of this great nation, that come what may, there will be zero tolerance against corruption. So we live up to these promises. There is the trust and confidence towards achieving this, whatever has been promised. Therefore, there may be whatever reasons, but then that is not something which is consistent with what democracy is all about. Because in a democracy, you have to, again, as I say, understand